Fourth test of motor fitness is partial curl up. This is used to measure the abdominal strength. The procedure for this test is that the subject lies flat on a clean mat with two tape markings 6 inch apart, with hands straight on the sides and fingers touching the first markings. Knees flexed, usually at 90 degrees, and rest you will be able to see into the video. On the command, the subject raises the trunk in a smooth motion, curling up the desired amount at least 6 inches above the ground. Fingertips touching the second marking. And again, the trunk is lowered back to the floor so that the shoulder blades or upper back touches the floor. The same is repeated as many number of possible for a period of 30 seconds for the group of age group 9 to 14 years and for 1 minute age group 15 plus. Record the number of curl ups that is done that in this stipulated period is your score.
Partial curl up test measures abdominal muscular strength and endurance of the abdominals and hip flexors, which is important in back support and core stability. A flat, clean cushioned surface, two parallel strips 6 inches apart is required to conduct this test. The subject lies on a cushioned flat clean surface with knees flexed, usually at 90 degrees, with hands straight on the sides with palms facing downwards. It should be closer to the ground and parallel to the body. The subject raises the trunk in a smooth motion, keeping the arms in position, curling up the desired amount at least 6 inches above ground. The trunk is lowered back to the floor so that the shoulder blades or upper back touches the floor. Participant is encouraged to keep normal breathing rate. Results are better if the participant can maintain constant pace during the activity. Maximum number of sit-ups in 30 seconds is recorded.
Fifth test item of motor fitness test is push-up. It is only for the boys. It is used to measure the upper chest and shoulder strength. The procedure for the test is that you will straight arm front leaning rest position with the hands and toes touching the floor, the body and the legs in a straight line, feet slightly apart, the arms at shoulder width. The subject lowers the body until the chest touches the mat, then returns back to the starting position with the arms extended. This action is repeated as many times as possible till the time of exertion. The total number of push-ups is counted as the score. Next, you will be able to look into the actual practical part of this test into the video followed by this procedure. Test item for the girls is modified push-ups instead of the normal push-ups which are performed by the boys. The purpose of this modified push-up is same to measure upper chest and shoulder strength. The first of all, the girls are supposed to kneel on the floor, hands on either side of the chest and keep your back straight. Lower the chest down towards the floor till your elbows are at right angles or your chest touches the ground. Do as many push-ups as possible until exertion. Count the total number of push-ups performed as the score. Rest you will be able to follow the video to be able to understand the procedure in a better way.
The push-up fitness test measures upper body strength, endurance and trunk stability. A flat, clean cushioned surface or a gym mat is required to perform this test. A standard push-up begins with the hands and toes touching the floor. The body and legs should be in a straight line, feet slightly apart, the arms at shoulder width apart, extended and at a right angle to the body. Keeping the back and knees straight, the subject lowers the body to a predetermined point to touch some other object or until there is a 90-degree angle at the elbows. Then returns back to the starting position with the arms extended. The action is repeated and the test continues until exhaustion or until they can do no more in rhythm. The number of correctly completed push-ups is recorded. For girls, the push-up technique is slightly modified with both the knees resting on the ground. Apart from this, everything else remains the same for girls as well.
Sixth test item of the motor fitness test is standing broad jump. The purpose of this test is to measure explosive power of legs. The procedure for this test is that mark a line and ask the student to stand behind the marked line with the feet closed. The student slightly bends at the knees and swings arms before jumping. A 2-foot takeoff and a landing is used to jump. 3 trials are given. The distance from the takeoff line to the landing point is measured, and the best trial out of the 3 is counted as the score. Rest you can be able to see it into the video for better explanation. The seventh and last test item of the motor fitness test is 4 into 10 meter shuttle run. This is used to measure speed and agility. The equipment used is 2 blocks of wood, a stopwatch, and a measuring tape. The procedure for the test is that you mark 2 lines 10 meters apart parallel to each other. Place 2 wooden blocks on one side and the student stands on the other side of the marker line. On the signal go, the participant runs to the other line, picks one block and comes back to place it behind the starting line. Without stopping, repeats the same process for the second block. Total time is recorded, which will be the score of the person. The better to understand it is to follow the video behind the procedure concept.
On your mark, get set, go.